All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday. Blessings to everybody in Jesus' name, even if you are not religious. I do pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin just confirmed some rare signals. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, guys. We got to talk about it, and as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour of the live stream, we will be giving away $1,000. So make sure to smash the like if you want to win 1,000 USDT. Shout out to Bush on Parade, who's in a 525x long. Shout out to Memory Man. He says it's still flat, JC. All right, shout out to Memory Man. Shout out to the Real Fart Supreme. Everything Got Executive. Shout out to Crypto Shanky 26. Hit that like for bro. Shout out to Ashur. Give us some inside info. Let us know, long or short. Man, right now I'm in a little bit of a schlong, baby. But look, we're going to talk about the key levels. We're going to talk about the developments that are on the charts. Got to give a major shout out to Decryptos. Pump Song? Man, we'll have to see how the stream goes, man. We'll have to shout out to K Diggity. God bless you, man. Shout out to HFG. Shout out to Global Sacrifice, licking that plunger like World Hunger. Did I know my comment was featured on an Eric Dubé video? No. I didn't know, but I gotta go. Someone, can you send me the link, please? Can you please send me the link? Oh my goodness. What is happening with Bitcoin? Look, we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to Crypto Air, shalom to you. Shout out to Psycho Fury. Shout out to Casual TA, Crypto Jesus, yo, back at 10K. I mean, I don't know, but shout out to you, my man. Shout out to Traders Reality, and shout out to Peekaboo ID. Can you do TA on virtual? We might. All right, Memory Man new. Is that what you sent me, Memory Man? Was that a screenshot? Can you send me that video, bro? Shout out to LXO Crypto. God bless you, Jay. Hope you're having a nice weekend, my man. Shout out to Al Taraz from Israel. Shout out to Monica, who says Merry Christmas, Dumperoni, maybe. Shout out to Amir. Shout out to Scarface Oz, and shout out to Joseph, who says, Lord, hear our prayer. Amen. 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 Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, that's so funny. I cannot wait to see that. Shout out to You Can't Stop What's Coming. It can't go up forever. For sure, for sure. 900 watching, only 300 likes. Yeah, guys, smash up the likes, all right? Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Shout out to Keenan from Holland. Shout out to RoboBalls42 and Jesse Galuk and Crypto Incognito. What is going on? Shout out to King Trader. Shout out to Divine Hood. God bless you, Divine Hood. Happy holidays to you, man. Guys, Divine Hood is on YouTube right now. All right, so if you are looking for some great TA, make sure to check out Divine Hood's YouTube channel. All right, he's a trader in the Casper crew, started his own YouTube channel, and honestly, I highly recommend you check it out. I'm gonna pop a link. All right, pop a link into the chat. All right, go check out Divine Hood on YouTube. All right, about to pop a link into the chat. Go check him out. All right, check out Divine Hood. Just started the YouTube channel, and honestly, I really respect his technical analysis. A great trader, a great analyst. He's gonna give it to you straight. He's not gonna give it to you gay, guys. All right, so check him out. Make sure to subscribe. All right. All right. How many times am I going to say all right? All right? All right. All right. All right. All right. We got 1,000 viewers in the house. Let's see if we can smash up the likes. So look, we have some interesting developments here on the Bitcoin chart. All right. And I'm not necessarily bearish, right? But I do have to say this. I would not be surprised if we see what I have drawn here on the chart. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it like it is. I would not be surprised if we see what I have drawn here on the chart. Okay? Just throwing it out there. All right? Now, let's get into the actual chart. Let's get into the actual analysis. First of all, we have a confirmed weekly divergence, bearish on market Cipher B. All right, we've got ourselves the confirmed weekly bear div here. That happened on December 9th. But you can see the momentum waves are continuing to cross to the downside here as we are about to confirm now this second weekly candle, which honestly, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, if this weekly candle is going to close below this channel right here, let's make it nice and thick. All right, let's make it nice and thick. If it is going to close below the channel, let's see. Now, what do I want? Yeah, right here. If it's going to close below this, that is, in fact, a close break below this channel we've been trading in since November 11th. All right. So we do need to be aware of potential bearish scenario. Now, again, if we're traders, we're traders, right? We're here for the volatility. We're here to catch the next big move. We don't care if it goes up. We don't care if it goes down. We need to separate ourselves as traders from hodlers or Bitcoiners or whatever the heck you want to call yourself, all right? Now, if we close the weekly candle below this green trend line, not only are we closing it below the support that's been respected since November 11th, but we're also closing it below the point of control of the entire range around 97.4. All right, if we zoom in here, we're going to go to the daily. We can see that we, in fact, got a bounce right from this green box. This was the area on Thursday that I said, if I'm available at the chart and we get a FOMO wick down to here, I will take a long. I was not at the chart when we got this wick. All right, it happened on a Friday. I was not even looking at the chart at all. So we did get our bounce from that $92,000 area. The reason why we bounced from $92,000 is because we were looking at this on Thursday. I still have it on the chart. The last thing we pretty much looked at before the end of the stream was the high volume node that we had in that wick right at $92,200. When we saw this last big FOMO Darth Maul candle back on December 5th, we came down and most of the volume for the entire day, believe it or not, most of the buying and selling happened right here in that wick. And you can see that right here. I have a TPO chart. This pink line right here is that high volume node. In fact, it's easier to see if we go to a daily volume profile chart, where you can see that the majority of the volume for that day occurred right down here at in this wick, this white line. And let me go ahead and refresh this chart now, because you can see that we bounced literally perfectly from that high volume node. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? So, you know, always mark out these areas of high volume on your charts, because they can act as significant areas of support and resistance. This is why I had this green box marked out, and this is why on Thursday I said, I'm not really looking for a long unless we come down to 84K, unless we get a fast wick down into this green box here where I see a lot of volume. I would take a FOMO long from that area. Now, if you took a FOMO long from that area, congratulations, because literally we got ourselves a 7.5% move to the upside. Now, we got to talk about what's happening right here, because in my opinion, this is quite significant. We are, in fact, and depending on how you want to draw this channel, because you could draw it in a few different ways. We could draw this trend line in a few different ways. Right now, I would look at this, and again, I don't want to be super ultra bearish here, but you could look at this in a few different ways, and you could say we are getting a bearish back test, the breakdown, the bearish back test, and now are about to make another lower low here. Given the fact that the weekly candle might close, now it hasn't closed yet, but the weekly candle might close below this POC and below this trend line, that doesn't look so strong to me. That honestly looks kind of weak to me. I'll be honest with you. Given the fact that we have a confirmed bearish div on the weekly, and not only do we have a confirmed bear div on the weekly, that actually we got the red dot with a blue candle, but now, in fact, we have that move to the downside here. This candle for the week so far is a 13% move to the downside. And depending on how it closes, I mean, it would be amazing if we could close it above 97.4. If we can close the candle above 97.4, then we do have some hope, I would say, for more upside. Because 92-ish, that is a very key level of support. But so far, that is not looking like it's going to happen. We do have on the week and the day 6 hours and 13 minutes until the close of the daily and the weekly candles. Okay, and so if we are going to confirm a bearish candle, then I have to be a little bit more bearishly biased for the short term, for the next week or so, the end of December. And again, I could be wrong. Like, I could be wrong. I'm just saying, I have to be more bearishly biased if I'm going to see weakness on the chart, right? So what would I be looking at next if we are not going to be closing a candle above this POC, or even better would be obviously above the green trend line of the channel? I would be looking down towards the bottom of the range in general, like the $85,000 area. This right here is going to be the next zone of support where I would look for a bounce. And of course, if we don't get that, then we have our 77.5 CME gap. But then the mother of all supports, again, is going to be the Fibonacci golden pocket pull from the low that we made back here on August 5th to the high that we made up here on Tuesday, December 17th. And it's just the back test of this major range, right? Back test, and then pump. All right. That's really what I'd be looking for, which is why I've got myself this kind of trading idea on the chart right here. Okay. I've got myself this trading idea on the chart. This is like a swing trading idea here, guys. Okay. When I look at this as well, again, I'm just giving a bearish scenario here. I'm not telling you guys what to do, really, because that's not what this channel is for. Oh man, shout out to Paper Trader Player Hater. That's so funny. Oh man, look at this. I spelled analysis wrong. I accidentally spelled it A-N-A-L. Sorry guys, I don't mean to give any like strange signals over here, okay? But yeah, in general, this is kind of my swing trading plan here. And if we do get the back test of this low 70s area, in my opinion, this is going to be where we finally hit our target of, you know, $120,000 for the cycle top. And that's probably going to be halfway through the year 2025 or something. So this could take a long time. And I got to give a major shout out to my man Trader Geo, right? I just watched Trader Geo's video. If you don't follow Trader Geo, go follow Trader Geo. But Trader Geo was looking at this pattern for back here during the last bull market, where basically you have this very interesting pattern that seems to be playing out again, where you have like a range, you have a breakout, and then you make these three highs, and then that's pretty much the top before a pretty big correction, before we finally do hit that cycle all-time high. And it does seem very similar. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen, but you fast forward to today, and we have ourselves something a little similar, where you have a consolidation, a breakout, and then you have these three spikes to the upside. Are we going to get a little bit of a correction here? We got some bear divs in play. We got some bear divs confirmed on the weekly, all right? So let's talk about potential long trades, because I'm obviously the week is starting, and my trading week starts tomorrow. I don't know about y'all, right? Sunday, I usually don't trade, but let's look here now at the lower time frames and kind of discuss how things are looking. All right. Yeah, shout out to Juan. He says, I don't care where the market goes. You make money if it goes up. You make money if it goes down. Absolutely. Shout out to Alexo Crypto. Make sure to go subscribe to Alexo Crypto too on YouTube, all right? There's so many hidden gem YouTube channels out there, guys, that really put out the best content, and they deserve more subscribers than they have, honestly. All right? They really do deserve a lot more subscribers than they have. So... All right, let's see here. We got some bots in the chat, it looks like. So I'm going to come over to our 4-hour time frame. Now, let's just hypothesize for a second here. Is this a potential low? Because a lot of people are saying 92K, this is the low, and now we're just going to pump up from here. Is it the low? Well, when I look at how Market Cipher B on the 4-hour looks, I have to say I'm more inclined to believe this is not the low. The reason why is because we do have, throughout the entirety of this range, the bearish divergences coming on in, and the money flow getting lower. And now when we're looking at what's happening locally here with Market Cipher B, after getting the bounce, money flow is curving into the purple, and this momentum wave looks like she wants more downside. All right, when we go to the 1 hour, when we made this low here, we have questionable bullish divs on the 1 hour, right? Money flow getting lower as the momentum wave is getting higher. Questionable divs. When we get to our 24-minute time frame, again, questionable divs. Money flow getting lower as the price is getting lower. It doesn't look like, at least on Market Cipher, the bottom is in. Could it be? Of course, but it doesn't look as nice as you would want, right? When we were looking for long trades, you know, in the Casper crew throughout the last few months, we're using that 24-minute time frame to time the bottom of these moves, right? You want to see, as the price is getting lower, you want to see the money flow and the momentum waves getting higher. Like right here, you can see the money flow on the 24-minute is getting higher while the price is getting lower, right? Look at that. And then the time before that, the bottom we had before that, right over here, okay? This was a famous long trade that we all took in the Casper crew. As we came down to support, we saw the money flow and the momentum getting higher. A clear signal to take a long trade, right? But as we're making these lows, we're not seeing as clear signals, right? They're not as bullish looking. So it makes me a little bit more cautious for the longs. But let's just be honest. If the low is in, then where would I look for at least a scalp or a day trade? Well, we do have a low here. Technically speaking, we do have bullish divergences where the momentum's getting higher as the price is getting lower. We also have made a higher high, right? We're in a little of a downtrend here, a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. Well, now we've made our first higher high. And so if the uptrend is going to continue, well, then we're actually looking at this zone right here for a back test to look to get into a potential long trade, right? So we're actually coming right down to that zone now. Now, if you look at what's happening here, we've actually front run the 618 Fibonacci by a little bit. Now, sometimes you front run a level and you front run it and that happens to be the bottom, but more often than not, when you front run a level, it typically means we're gonna come back lower than that. Especially if you're trading on the ByBit USD chart. I don't know why this is the case, but you will notice if there's a major level of support or resistance and price comes close to it, but doesn't actually tap it, more times than not, this usually means we come even lower than that, right? So, you know, the one place I'd say I'd be more interested right now in a potential long from like 93.7 right here, come down to the 786, maybe tomorrow or something, like, because it is a Sunday, right? So when Asia opens, who knows, maybe we do a little something like this and then get a move down, and then a New York Open gives us the move wick down to the 786, and then we get a pump. It's kind of what I would be looking for my next long trade, if this low that we made on Friday is in fact the low, right? This green box right here between the prices of, I'd say, a 93.7 and 95, you know, that's pretty much where we would need to get our back test. If we're going to be losing that, then I would expect us to make our way back down to the value area low of the range, which is around 90K. The value area low, this blue line right here, this is literally like at $90,000. And if we're going to be coming down to the value area low, it just makes the most sense to me that we would go for the liquidity that is under here as well, right? There's a lot of liquidity under here, stop losses under here. Basically, this entire move, this whole channel, it just makes sense that we flush everything out before getting a bounce. If we're going to be coming all the way back down below 90K, that's what makes the most sense to me. So then I'm really going to be interested in the $84,000 level for a long. And what I would want to see on Market Cipher B is the following, right? I would want to see, first of all, I want to be on our 4 hour. And if we see 4 hour bullish divergences, right? Let's see we get another nice oversold wave and then something like this on the 4 hour. Man, how juicy would that be? How juicy would that be? And then, of course, you want to use your lower time frames as well to kind of time that bottom. You want to see, as the price is coming lower into this box, you want to see the 24-minute money flow, the 12-minute money flow starting to tick to the upside as the price is getting lower, right? Like, for example, let's say that the 24-minute looked like this as we came down to that area. For me, this is always a trade, right? Always, 100% of the time. This would always be a trade for me. always a long trade. Money flow is getting higher, momentum waves are getting higher. When we're at key support, for me, 100% of the time, I take that trade. Doesn't mean 100% of the time I'm going to win that trade, but 100% of the time I will take that trade with good risk management because I know that there's a really high probability the trade's going to play out in my favor, right? So that would be the next area I would really be interested, just below 85K. And then we do also have to entertain the hypothesis, once we get into this trade from 85K, there's obviously two things that can happen. Thing number one is we just break out and hit a new all-time high right away, right? Thing number two is we continue a correction to the downside, right? So the way we need to approach this, having changed the market structure now, if we do come to $85,000, we have to recognize the fact that, wow, we have made a significant lower low of the likes of something we have not seen since before the breakout, right? So we are seeing a change of what's actually the price is doing if we come down to 84K. So the way I would approach this is I would definitely make sure to lock in a profit coming back to around the $100,000 area, just front running $100,000, right? If we're going to be taking a long trade from $84,000, we need to make sure that we're hitting our take profit one at that golden pocket high volume node zone, right around the back test of just under $100,000. Because if we do eventually come down to our major support, we want to make sure that we are closing the long trade with a profit. Of course, stop loss will be at or near our entry to make sure we're not going to take a loss on the trade. And then after we secure a take profit one, then we can shoot for those highs, right? So that would have to be your plan. And you would also have to plan to be looking for a short from this area, right? Because again, if we are seeing a major change of market structure on the high time frames, this is a very possible scenario, right? This is a very, very possible scenario. And so again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. Obviously, if I do take a long from 84K, my targets are going to be a new all-time high. Those are going to be my targets for sure. But we have to be aware of, and if we're here to make money, which we should be, the resistance at around 100K, which is going to be at the time, to at least lock in a take profit one after, at the time, if we do bounce from that box, is going to be like over a 15% moves, right? So if you're looking at a 15% move and you're not locking in a take profit one, man, I don't know. What are you even doing here? Honestly, what are you even doing, right? So that's what we do need to be aware of. And the same principle applies to taking a long trade from the filling of the CME gap, which is key support at 77.5, right? We also want to be making sure that we're locking in take profit one, but we're also shooting for a new all-time high. That's the thing. When you are trading these markets, we have to take a defensive approach. At least in my experience, you have the number one priority is don't lose money. Once you can make sure you're not losing money, then you can worry about making money, right? So that's why it's so important to take partial profits after at resistance if you're longing, and the opposite is true. Like if you're shorting, take profits at support. Make sure you're not going to get out of the trade in a loss. Make sure you're going to get out of the trade in a win no matter what. And then, of course, for me, if we do come down to this major area, this is where I would say I'm expecting now the macro uptrend to continue. Because if we do come back down to the high 70s, then I would say, okay, this is just more of the uptrend that we've been in literally since November 2022, right? Our low, our high, our higher low, our higher high, our higher low, our higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Just following the parabolic bull market. This is the golden pocket 786 Fibonacci from the last major swing low to our last major swing high. So this, to me, this is the swing trade. Potentially, this is the last swing trade for the bull market, in my opinion. And then we are going to be, around the spring or maybe the fall, maybe double tie. I don't know what's going to happen, but I would definitely be saying in around the spring of 2025 is probably when we expect that bull market to be over and the bear market to begin. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy around this. Trump is president. People say it can never happen. Look, no one knows what the future is going to hold. I'm just going based off the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. I'm going off the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. And if we want to be honest with ourselves, last time Trump became president, we basically had the top of the bull market, and then we entered into a bear market for the rest of his presidency. Let's be real, right? He was elected November 2016. We had a massive pumperoni and queso in 2017, and then that was the top, right? So I'm just saying. Now, the economy was on paper doing great during Trump and all that, but crypto was not, right? So look, we got to let the charts dictate our decisions and our biases here, not what's happening in politics. That's my own personal opinion. And, you know, personally for me, I don't even take politics seriously at all. I think it's all planned and staged and everything, right? I think Trump was selected to be the president, but that's a whole nother issue, right? I'm not going to get into that now, unless the chat forces me into it like you guys always do. But yeah, we could be looking for a day trade around this area. This could be, you know, if this is the bottom and we do bounce from here, then great, you know, great. But that's what I'd be looking at really with the Bitcoin price. And my next major zone is going to have to be this green box down around 84-ish. And to me, the 4 hour looks like she wants more downside. The 1 hour is starting to look nice, I'm not going to lie. But I would prefer, this 1 hour would look much nicer if we had not made this low, right? If we were grinding here and, you know, and we were waiting for this area here, then I'd say the 1 hour looks real nice for that move down, giving us that real nice bullish divs. But because we've already made a low here without the bull divs, it doesn't look as nice to me. Of course, the week is about to start tonight, and then tomorrow I'd say we'll probably be able to get some good trades in. We got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We got 1,700 people in the house, baby, and we only have 600 likes, and we're past our point to give a $1,000 giveaway. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. If we can get 1,000 likes in 5 minutes, we'll give away $500. How about that? How about that? All right, we got some super chats in the house. First of all, major shout out to Javier. Hey, bro, can ETH retest into 3,100? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually looking for a long on ETH around that area myself. Ethereum, I do have to say, I am looking for another low to come in on ETH as well. Here's why. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I really do appreciate you. So, I'm looking for another low on ETH as well. The reason is because we had this ugly channel here. We got some bearish divergence up here. We broke down from the channel. We back test. We broke down. And, you know, I just think it still makes the most sense to take these lows. And if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that the major support resistance split is going to be right at this box here, where we have the golden pocket, right, from the low to the high. And depending on where you draw the golden pocket, let's just pop on our object tree here. Where's that golden pocket? Shout out to Memory Man, by the way. I just got your chat, man. All right, so yeah, if we pull this fib from this last swing low, you can see that right around the back test of 3,000 is going to be that main golden pocket. If we pull it from that low, it's going to be around 2,700. But we have major support resistance split at 3,000, right? 3,000 is the value area low of this old range, right? And the golden pocket, and it's basically the liquidity of this entire giant ascending channel. So yeah, I think we can get another low on ETH. This is the daily time frame here. Definitely, we do have some room to the downside on the daily. So let's kind of wait and see what happens. I would prefer another move to the downside on ETH as well. Yeah, even just the 4 hour. I don't like the money flow here. I don't like this anchor trigger kind of deal here. I would rather see it come a little bit lower. But again, I could be wrong in that, and so then I would miss an opportunity to take a long on ETH. But it's pretty much the same as it is for Bitcoin. If you are convinced that the low is in, then we have ourselves a really good opportunity right now to long the back test, right? I do not like this. I do not like the way this candle looks on the 4-hour or the 1 hour. In fact, let's go to our TPO chart here, guys, and let's take a look at that low that Bitcoin made. Okay, so we do have a buying tail there. Let's go to ETH. Yeah, look at this, man. A poor low on ETH. I mean, a really awful poor low. I would be shocked if we don't come back down to test these lows again. I'll be honest with you. I would be absolutely shocked. Why is the tick on 4? Hang on. Yeah, it looks like a very ugly low. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if we come down again. That's my personal view on ETH. But look, guys, here's the thing. All right, anything's possible. So don't. I'm not here to predict what the price is gonna do. I'm literally here just to plan out my own personal trades. And you know, I'm not gonna catch every move here, but hopefully we catch the juiciest ones, right? Shout out to DB, my friend. I follow you from Italy. I'm international. Nice. I want to ask you, can happen that tomorrow change the situation? That this is only a fake movement to scare? Yeah, absolutely. So here's what we need to see in order for this to be a fake movement just to scare. All right. And here's what would actually get me feeling bullish tomorrow and looking for long trades. All right. Make sure to like this. We missed our opportunity for the $500 giveaway. Dang. All right, we'll set another timer. All right, we get 1,000 likes in the next 5 minutes. We'll give away $250. Here's what would change my mind. All right, tomorrow. Right now, what is a major support resistance flip? It's obviously going to be this right here, the trend line, right? So if tomorrow, let's say this is a big fake move out to scare, then this is going to be the trade opportunity that we have, right? Basically just waiting for the move back up into the channel and then waiting for some kind of a back test, right? Waiting for some kind of a back test. A fake out, when you see a fake out, a reclaim is a bullish signal that you can then look for, right? So this general idea, obviously this is hypothetical price action, but this general idea is something that I would look for, right? We're seeing, okay, it's obviously a fake out. We're making a higher high. You know, we made a nice low. We made a nice local higher high. This is obviously now our higher low. We made another higher high. Then you could say, okay, that back test now to the support resistance flip to the trend line. This is then where you look for your next long trade and then target back up to the top of the channel, right? So yes, that is a possibility. For right now, though, the reason why I don't have a trade right now in this moment is because, number one, I missed my box on Friday. So on Thursday, I said I would take a long from 92K from the green box if I see that we're coming down there because it's such a key support. I missed my opportunity to take a long from here. All right, so I didn't take a long trade. Right now, I recognize the fact that my next long opportunity is going to be between the golden pocket and the 786, but I don't like the fact that we front ran the golden pocket here. Right? I don't like that, so I'd rather wait for lower. So I'm sitting out patiently waiting for maybe if I see something bullish in here, I could take a trade. If I don't see anything like that in here, and let's say I'm wrong, we do bounce, even though we didn't see what I want to see, then if we change market structure, again, not change market structure, but continue with the bullish, this would be the opportunity that I would see then to get into a trade locally, like a local scalp or a local day trade, right? A breakout again, a little pullback, support resistance flip, and then back to the top around, I'd say 113K, which is Divine Hood's level, right? And make sure to subscribe to Divine Hood Trading, guys. All right, subscribe to Divine Hood Trading. This dude's putting out good content. All right, no BS, no fancy stuff, no open mouth thumbnails, just pure technical analysis, man. And this dude, trust me, he's in the Discord. He knows his stuff. All right, he really knows his stuff. Yeah, so thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. I really appreciate that. DB, shout out to Memory Man. He says, Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas to you as well. Shout out to Volkov Enterprise LTD. Hi there, JC. Could you look at Sol? Yeah. All right, so Sol, I mean, this is really a make it or break it level for Sol. This is such a make it or break it level for Sol, man. If Sol does not hold here, first of all, I would be very shocked. I'd be very shocked if Sol does not hold here. Let me make these super chats a little bit smaller. But yeah, you could see if Sol does not hold here, we could get a move down to 143, which I wouldn't want. Here's what I would be looking at for Sol right now. All right, if I was looking at Sol for a trade right now, here's what I would look for. If, like I say, ETH and Bitcoin look like they want to make a lower low, and so Sol probably would follow suit, right? Well, we have the Fibonacci macro golden pocket from the August 5th low to the all-time high coming in right around 171. So I would actually be, for an aggressive entry on Sol, looking for something like this, where we don't take out this low right here from November 5th. We still make a higher low into the golden pocket. This would be a very aggressive entry, but a really good risk to reward, right? We're talking like an 8-to-1. A more secure entry would be look for the bounce and then wait for like a breakout and then a retest of the trend line, right? And the value area high. Like this would be a more safe entry. Let's just put it that way. Because this one we're catching a knife. This one we're waiting for a sign of strength, which is a reclaim of a level. All right. Did we get our 1,000 likes to give a giveaway? Yeah, we did. All right, cool. We're gonna do a $250 giveaway during this live stream. All right, guys. We're gonna be doing a $250 giveaway during the live stream. We gotta do some shout outs to some other super chats. Major shout out to Master of the Universe. Master of the Universe. He says, what do I think about Dogecoin? Is it going bearish as well? Well, here's the thing. We'll take a look at the chart in just a second. But, yeah, Dogecoin, I say everything, cryptos, they just move together, right? For the most part. You know, you got your outliers out there, your little meme coins or whatever that do their stuff. But in general, I'd say Doge is going to follow what Bitcoin does. If Doge is going to dump, Bitcoin is going to dump. And look, I would look at this as an opportunity because from my perspective, we still have new all-time highs for Bitcoin and Doge and altcoins. I would be shocked, honestly. And I would hate for this to be the scenario if all these coins never make all-time highs, right? If ETH, Doge, all these like classic altcoins don't make new all-time highs in 2025. I'd be very, very surprised. So let's take a look at the Dogecoin chart here. Yeah, so wow. So the first long trade that we were looking at for Doge was a liquidity grab of the lows, right? We wanted to see the price wick under and then close the candle above. Obviously, this never happened, so this long trade never was triggered, right? Again, when we're looking for liquidity grabs, we don't just long because we come to a level. We long when we see a failed swing low. This is a successful swing low. This is not a swing failure pattern. This is a swing success pattern. Price tried to close the candle below, and it did. Not only that, it tried to backtest and reject, right? So far. Now, if we come up above here on Monday, we can say, all right, this is just a fake out. And then again, we have our opportunity. This long trade will be triggered if we get the reclaim, right? Now we know where our wick is. So if we start to close a daily candle above here, that is a valid entry signal for Doge, right? The fake out. Except this time it took us all weekend instead of a few hours, right? We are seeing a big BitBoy green bottom on the daily on Doge, which is pretty nice. Now, a juicier scenario, I would have to say, for Dogecoin would be something that we're looking at with all these other coins, which is, look at what's just below us on Doge. All right? Look at what is just below us on Doge. The macro golden pocket from August 5th until the high. Just like Solana, just like how ETH has major support just below where we're currently at right now. Right? So I would say Dogecoin right now, this could be it. Like, yeah, we're getting a green dot on the daily, but sometimes those take a little longer to play out. Sometimes, you know, we get the wick, whatever. That would be really nice. And that's going to be around 23 cents. So, again, for Doge, the potential right now, if we get the move and a daily close above 34 cents, that's a valid entry signal, simply because we have a nice bottom on the daily and we see a fake out, right? But if we don't see that, this would be the next place to be looking for that entry point on Doge. The support resistance flip, this consolidation zone, support resistance flip, golden pocket, really nice looking area on Dogecoin. All right. Shout out to Nikhil Patel. Hey Jay, love from India. Sushi. Let's take a look at sushi. Sushi. Shout out to Javier, wants to know what are my thoughts on an ETH all-time high. Well, my next major target on ETH is going to be 5,500 and then 8,500. Those are fib targets I have for the ETH next all-time high. Okay, so we're coming right to the Fibonacci backtest right now. Let's pull the volume. Okay, so this is going to be major support on sushi. Basically, wow. So we bounced perfectly from that high volume node. This is major support. Honestly, just from a technical level, this bottom looks really nice. A sign of strength, obviously, would be making now a higher high and then coming back down. So I don't like this low. I don't like the low, just like I don't like the ETH low. But if this low is the low, which it really doesn't look like it, then we want to see us take this high and then come back down into the Fibonacci golden pocket, right? But I do have to say I would prefer to make a lower low here, just because look at these candles here on the 4-hour time frame. Just the way there's no wick. There's no wick. There is no wick. That's so weird. When did this happen? 7 o'clock, right at daily open. Yeah, this happened right at daily open. So like, looks like daily opened and people just immediately longed everything here. Saw that opportunity to take the long. It really left behind some really ugly looking candles. Like you would want to see like a bullish wick. Even on the 4-hour time frame, you don't see a wick. You know, the 8-hour looks nice. The 8-hour looks nice. You know, yeah, look at that, the 12-hour. Right on daily open, like it split the day in half. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know, the 5-hour looks nice, but I just don't like the way that happened. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I have to say, sushi, a major support zone is going to be between this golden pocket and 786. Right here, we have our high volume node, our value area low, our golden pocket, and so the general idea for sushi would be something like this. You know, if we're gonna hit those highs again, I don't own sushi, I don't. So, but this, oh man, I cannot believe I was featured in Eric Dubai Flat Earth video. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy and hilarious. So I can't wait to watch that after this stream. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good swing trade in my opinion. Shout out to Achromatic. Mr. Potato Head plays. Is that a bullish? Oh, okay. Is that a bullish nipple on the 1 hour? Also, what indicator, what part is the money flow? I can't tell. Okay, so it does look like a pig nipple pattern on the 1 hour here for Bitcoin. The reason why I don't like this pig nipple pattern is because a classic pig nipple pattern is the price should be getting lower this whole time, but it's not, right? It's not getting lower right now. And the money flow is this stuff. On Market Cipher B, money flow is this stuff. Alright, this stuff is the money flow. And so the most powerful divergences are going to be the ones where the money flow is diverging, right? So, technically speaking, this low does look nice on the money flow. Now I tune everything else out. But the 24-minute looks like garbage. Looks like garbage, right? All right. All right, shout out to Black Swan. Shout out to One with Nature. I'm famous in the flat earth community. Man, Jason Casper has a lot of crossovers. A lot of crossovers with a lot of different communities. You know, he pops up everywhere with his super chats, you know. Jason Casper with his super chats. Jason Casper doesn't comment on a video usually without a super chat, alright? JC is the best trader on the globe. You think flat earthers are dumb? I don't think that. I don't think flat earthers are dumb. I don't think that at all. Mars is flat. If you believe NASA, you're brainwashed. All right, we got some other super chats in the house. We got some other super chats in the house that we got to shout out. Another Google user, can you check DGen on the 4 hour and the 1 day? Yes, we can. We can check DGen on the 4 hour and on the 1 day. Let's do it. All right. Alright, so DGen, the last long trade that we were looking at, was a back test of this support resistance flip. Technically speaking, we still are, the idea is still valid because we always mark out that 786 as the lowest that we are willing to go. Let's clear everything off. So I do have to say that I like the daily right now. The reason I like the daily right now is because you could consider this a bullish divergence. You could consider this a bullish divergence, and you could consider this a hidden bullish divergence, right? With a big BitBoy green dot. That is a hidden bull div. Looks pretty good. Also, we are coming down into the fib zone. Okay, so we're at the 786. Let's just assume we're gonna make another low because everything else looks like it wants to make another low here. So let's remove this, and let's remove this, and let's pull the volume. Okay, so I would say this, right? High volume node would be the next major zone for DGen I mean, that looks pretty nice to me. High volume node looks pretty nice to me. Assuming we're gonna get another low, this would be my trading plan. Let's check out our 4-hour. 4-hour looks beautiful for a potential another move down to that area. We have the same deal. What's so weird, guys, with all these lows, and I haven't really seen this before, so I don't have any like statistical history right now to back this up. But when was the last time we saw like no wicks like this? I mean, all these assets, the bottom has no wick. Like this is poor lows, poor lows, poor lows on all these. That happened like on daily open on Friday night. So that means no, Thursday night. Wait, when did this happen? I'm sorry, I can't tell time. 7 in the morning on Friday. Okay, that's really interesting. So that wasn't daily open, was that? No, that wasn't daily open. Sorry, guys. This was 7 in the morning. This is 12 hours after daily open. See, this is not financial advice, guys. I can't even tell time. Okay, I can't even tell time. So look, very interesting. 7 in the morning on a Friday. I would prefer another move down on all these guys. And look, the only way with all these that I would say, you know, if this is just a fake out and we start to pump like crazy, then we're gonna have to look for some kind of other entry. But I don't like the way those lows look, man. I don't like the 4-hour money flow. I don't like the 1-hour money flow. It just doesn't look super. It doesn't look like a nice bottom to me, you know. Shout out to Jill. What happens to Radix if Bitcoin goes to 85K? It'll dump. It'll dump, you know. Let's check it out. So we're at key support on Radix. You know, this is like a swing trade idea. We're at that golden pocket right now, and honestly, the daily looks pretty nice. We got that nice trigger wave forming here after a beautiful bottom on Radix. If Bitcoin goes to 84K, we could see Radix come down to the 886 fib. That's what I would say. I'd say we could see it come down. If Bitcoin's really going to drop to 84K, then we would see Radix probably find support, not at the golden pocket, but at the 786, 886, right? That's what I would suspect. Because I would be shocked if this thing makes a lower low based on how beautiful this bottom looks. I would expect a higher low. And so if it's going to dump a lot, let's see, from here, the 886, that's another 33%, 34%. So yeah, I would expect the 786, 886 to be our support. Shout out to Javier. I'm in an ETH long 30x from 31,100. I want to close at 5,000. Cool, man. I mean, look, you caught a really nice low. You know, you caught a really beautiful low. I hope you locked in a profit, man. I hope you locked in a profit. That's all I can say. I mean, you know, I longed Bitcoin from this low right here, and you know, I locked in a really good profit, and I'm glad I did, because I got wicked out of my entry on that one on Thursday. You guys saw that happen if you were watching. It was an epic way to get stopped out. I actually got liquidated. Long story, but look, I locked in a profit. I made 35K on the trade. If I hadn't taken a profit one, I wouldn't have made nothing. All right. So if you are long on ETH, man, from that exact bottom, please at least just de-risk, right? At least just de-risk. That's all I can say. But if you're comfortable with taking the loss, which I know the feeling, right? You've already made your plan. I mean, it's such a good risk-reward ratio. I mean, man, I can see why. Honestly, I can see why you would want to hold this to 5,000. I can see why. Just be aware that if we do make a lower low, we have key support just below us at 3,000. But yeah, what a beautiful trade actually that you're in. So I can see why you wouldn't want to. I can see why if you're using good risk management, I can see why you would just hold it and not take a partial. With the mindset that if this one's a loss, I'll catch the next one, because that is a beautiful risk to reward right there, actually. Shout out to Juan Peanuty, as we say in my language. Peanuty is it's a peanut dessert that we eat in my country of origin. Peanuty. All right. We are still going to do a $250 giveaway during this during this live stream. Okay, so you know, we did get a liquidity grab here, but that ended up not giving us a higher low. We fell right through that golden pocket. That was the last place we were looking at for a bounce. So here's the deal with Peanut. I don't know what to say about it. The reason I don't know what to say about it is because there's really not much here to talk about. There's not much here to talk about. There's really not much here to talk about. The only support we have right now is going to be right here between the 786 and the 886. We take this off log scale. This is going to be our next support zone. So if we make another low here, and we're starting to see, you know, the bull divs on the 4 hour, that's going to be between 30 and 54. That's going to be our only support, really. Now that we're below this and there's no really other support, that's going to be the only place we can really look. And then if we do catch a bottom there, I would say there's no reason why we can't shoot for the highs. Why not? We're in a bull market still. Polka dot. Let's check out polka dot. Same deal as everything else. We're at support. We got to bounce from support. We have support below us. We bouncing from a very key area here. I mean, it's so key. It's so key. So yeah, for swing trading, I'd say I would even be comfortable with buying now. I'll be honest with you. For swing trading, I would buy now. For like day trading, I would want to see another low, but in general, this is just major support that we're at right now, and I would say this looks pretty good. Not financial advice, but I mean, we have everything we'd want to see here. Like, we're at key support right now after a very bullish looking bottom. Like a very bullish looking bottom. Bull divs locally here. We got the bull div money flow right here on the weekly. Change of structure, back test. Local bull divs on a higher low. Technically, this is not the best looking thing in the world. But, yeah, I would say that ideally what I would want to see is just to see us consolidate around this area for a little bit before a big breakout. Like, I don't think we have to worry about catching a knife here. The reason is we're about to confirm a red dot on the weekly. So I would want to see us kind of consolidate a little bit and then eventually find our bottom at this area here. You know, so I wouldn't be in a rush to get in, but this is very key support. And if the bull market continues, this is, in my opinion, a really good swing trade setup, honestly. Shout out to Lily XX Plays. Can we look at Curve Coin? Yeah, we could look at Curve Coin. So Curve Coin, honestly, I have to say, we're looking at this. It looks really nice. This looks like a beautiful bottom here on Market Cipher. And so I would be, I mean, the best long opportunity would be the back test of of the trend line breakout, you know, we're going to take it off log scale. You can see that would be the best long opportunity to support resistance flip. Yeah, I'd say that's right where we want to look, like between the 786 and the 886 fib. It's a really nice risk to reward. If we get a little bit more of a pullback right into the back test of that trend line, would be really perfect and beautiful. Shout out to the Bitcoin and Crypto podcast with Jeff Kurdakikis. He says TEMA is looking phenomenal for a next leg up. Shout out to you, man. Jeff, thank you so much for the super chat. Tima, didn't we look at this already? And is this the wrong ticker? Like, why do people? Is it looking phenomenal for another leg up? I don't know, man. I honestly, I can't. I don't have any way to analyze this thing. Like, the only thing I could possibly say is if we get a back test of like this. But I don't know. There's very, very, very little data here. But thank you so much for the super chat, man. So Mark also wants to look at TEMA, and so does Ryan Ward. Okay, I have a feeling these are just bots. But appreciate you guys botting me some super chats. Look, I have nothing to say about TEMA. I don't know what it is. If you're bullish on it fundamentally, then I don't know. Like, what? It's already pumped over 1,000%, and then it's gotten a pullback of like 70. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing to say about it. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Alright. What do I mean by a back test? The back test is when you have a support or resistance level like this, all right, and price, let's say it was resistance, right, and then we break out. Well, this is the back test. What used to be resistance, you look for the price to come back down and bounce from that level again, and that's, you know, how you can get to some really good trades. Honestly, that's how you can get to some really good trades. Do I think this weekly candle closed above 100K for Bitcoin? No. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, man. If it does, that would be extremely bullish. But if it does, that would be extremely bullish. And if it does, I would be bullish for the rest of the week, honestly. If this weekly candle closes above 100K, I will be super dang bullish for the rest of the week. But if not, then I would expect us to come to the levels that we have already discussed throughout the stream. Is the bull run ended? I don't think the bull run's ended. You know, I don't think so. But we do need to do a $250 giveaway. All right, we got to do a $250 giveaway. So let's do it. Let's do a $250 giveaway. All right, shout out to Ryan Ward. He says, MEXC's funding done for TEMA, no bots. All right, thank you so much for the super chat. All right, yeah, we're going to do a $250 giveaway. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and post your Tether address in the chat. Just spam the chat with your Tether address. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 10 and screenshot one of you guys. But it looks like the chat is broken, so let's see. Gotta make sure. Ah, here we go. All right, spam the chat. Gotta put it on live chat. All right. You know what's really weird? It's barely moving here. It's like really barely moving. Something's not right. Something is not right here. Something is not right. Yeah, it's definitely not right. All I see is Crypto Coons and Fit Genius 618. This is not right. Hang on. There's something not going on here. Let me see. There we go. There we go. All right. Here we go. We're going to count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And the winner is Luke Delmer. Congratulations, Luke Delmer. Luke Delmer. All right. My man Luke. Congratulations, Luke. You have just won $250. I'm going to send that over to you right now, my man. What chain is that, bro? Shout out to Brad, stream 2 minutes behind. All right, Luke, I don't know what chain this is, bro. Give me 1 second here. It's TRC. It's not working. Let me try again. Alright, I got it. I don't know what the heck happened the first time. All right, sent. Congratulations, Luke. Congratulations, my man. Cool, cool, cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. We do have another super chat in here. Let's see. We got S3OUD, Ordy. All right, we'll check out Ordy for you, my man. We'll check out Ordy. This will be our last one. Wow, I mean, we're basically as low as... I mean, if we're gonna bounce, this is gonna be the spot, alright? I'll just say it. Unless this thing's about to dump like a crazy wild lady in space, then, this is probably our low. Right? I mean, it looks pretty nice, you know? Now again, this is assuming that the bottom's already been put in. If the bottom's not already been put in, then we're dumping. But if the bottom's in, this is gonna be our where we probably bounce from. Right? Not financial advice. I don't own Ordy. And if I have to be objective here, the bottom on Market Cipher right here doesn't look that great on the daily. And it doesn't look that great on the 4-hour either. So I don't see bullish divs at this first bottom here. The only thing we have going for us is that we did change market structure, and now if this can be high or low, this is where it's going to happen. It gives a very clear risk to reward ratio, a 12-to-1, you know, looking pretty good, looking pretty good, you know. All right, got a shout out to everybody in the chat. God bless everybody in Jesus' name. May the Lord bless you and may He bless your families. It's going to be a good week, guys. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow. And shout out to Luke again for the winner of our giveaway. And I will see you guys, Lord willing, tomorrow. Peace.